Well, thank you very much, and once again, it's a pleasure to be here and to welcome everyone. On behalf of the County of Los Angeles, we're very pleased to be part of this process because the Antelope Valley is one of the crown jewels in our county and our state, and we are here to make it shine. As the tax assessor just mentioned, something that was dear to all of our hearts about the airport, very interesting. I want to give you some statistics about two of our cities in other parts of the United States. In Bloomington, Illinois, they have about 74,000 population. Norman, Illinois has 52,000 population. And somehow these two small cities have daily 29 flights by 3 airlines to 6 different cities. And again, that's every day. And yet, the blind down below do not see. We have in the Antelope Valley, and that takes in Mojave, Tehachapi, Edwards, all Palmdale, all Lancaster, all the unincorporated areas, nearly 500,000 people. And if you add in Santa Clarita, nearly 800,000 people who would be able to have transit at their doorstep instead of driving down below to a third world airport that is congested on the highway and in interstates. You would save on fuel, we would save on pollution by eliminating all those LG cars driving down, waiting to get to their destination. And we support Palmdale in acquiring that site. But Lala doesn't want to get that contract. And the Air Force is also in support that we could contract for Plant 42. We don't need solar energy on airport property that was confiscated from property owners 50 years ago for an airport. And if they were to put in something other than an airport, they should go back and compensate those property owners at today's rates and not what they took that property for. But we're not doing that. But I was very pleased to read in today's newspaper about Senator Dutton, who has a similar problem in the area he represents. And that's Ontario Airport, which is also one of the thriving airports, but because of the abusive parental supervision, because Lala also controls San Marino's Ontario Airport, he's asking for state legislation to place Ontario in a county-wide regional airport authority so that you have a regional outlook and not a handful of vested interests trying to control something at the disadvantage of the other 10.5 million people in our county, but also in our neighboring counties as well. And those are the approaches that we need to move forward to address, because the need was yesterday, not tomorrow. And we have the people in the Antelope Valley that can move forward and create the jobs, provide the service, to provide air transit to this part of the county of Los Angeles. We mentioned about the tax assessor talking about Proposition 13. What's interesting, since Proposition 13 was enacted, revenues have increased by 600%. The problem has not been a lack of revenue, it's been an overuse of the credit cards for spending. And you don't create a viable economy by continuing to have deficit upon deficit upon deficit. What the state of California is trying to do right now, called realignment, in my opinion, is a Trojan horse, because they want to shift their responsibilities down to every county and city in the state of California. They want to take prisoners from the state penitentiary and put them in county jails. They want the county to use the money that was to expand jail renovation programs for their own inmates to now be used to house and build facilities for state inmates that will be shifted down to the counties. The same within the old CYA, which is now the DSS. The hardcore youth who go up to the age of 25, put them in the county's responsibility But you also are going to be left with all liabilities that they will encounter. All liabilities. That means you're going to have to hire more public defenders, more district attorneys, more county councils across the state to carry the load that the state had. But the state is not eliminating all of their costs because only 1/3 of the state $25 billion budget reduction program, 1/3 of the budget is really cutting. And the reason the state needs a 2/3 vote to pass a state budget is because of the tax increases that are involved. And they're talking about lowering the approval of property taxes to 55%, not what is in the Constitution, a 2/3 majority. So these are the issues that you have to be aware of and need to tell your state legislators. Now, Steve Knight and our new Senator Runner, they both know what is going on and they're fighting that. But we need to also tell the others as well that we need to reduce spending, we need to have pension liability reform, we need to have a job creation proposal. It's continuing a 5-year tax. It's not going to create jobs if we didn't create the jobs by having these high taxes the previous 2 years. California is at 49th in the most taxes. We are not a business-friendly state compared to other states. We need to cut the red tape. We need to make it easier to build. I think it's ironic that the legislature will work day and night to pass special legislation to build a football stadium, and now they're going to work day and night to build another football stadium in downtown Los Angeles, when they should be having those waivers so that we can build that Antelope Valley map without going through all the loops, and our schools that need to be built can be built without having to go through all those loops. And the rights that can be given to the football team ought to be given to every city and county so that they can process the schools and the hospitals and other vital services to get the county and the economy moving forward and services to the people being done quicker. They need that same right and opportunities that they're giving to a football stadium. And God bless football, but we also have health needs in Antelope Valley. We have educational needs, not only in Antelope Valley, Santa Cruz Valley, but across the state. Let's cut the red tape. Let's not look at increasing more taxes. Let's reduce taxes and become competitive so we can create jobs and be a job creator. A job creator that will provide the revenues and the opportunities for the next generation instead of financial liabilities for the next generation. Our children will have to pay for the deficit that they've created in the past generation. Just like you do with your credit cards, they have a maximum limit. You go beyond that, you can lose your home and everything. State, what they do, they just increase your taxes and all will be well. Well, again, if all, the city of New York has an income tax, but the city of New York is bankrupt today. So obviously giving the local government the power to tax income is not a solution. It's better economy and more public-private partnerships to get people moving by cutting the red tape. There's no free lunch, and today we're finding that. It's going to be spam. And then it might just be a bowl of water and a couple, maybe a bean or two. So this is some serious problems. Let's not always look at trying to increase taxes. Let's look at decreasing taxes, decreasing job-killing regulations, which I call the exotic fungus, and put people to work. And let's not also have everything done in a court. We have too many lawsuits. Let's get our kids out of law school and into engineering schools, let them be the engineers and the doctors of tomorrow, because we have too many litigators today and we'll need much more tomorrow. I just want to thank you for your participation. Those who are outside Antelope Valley that are here today, you have a great community to work with. You have a great town councils, city councils. You have good schools. You have affordable housing. You have two governments, locally and the county, the third, that are here to cut red tape for you to make it more profitable for you to invest here to create the jobs that we need for our youth. And we have the youth and the skilled technicians that are here today that are looking for that job.